Good evening, everybody. Thanks for logging in tonight on this rainy Tuesday afternoon. Um, Decided to go ahead and do a virtual town hall tonight since of everything going on. Trying to have something in real time was going to be difficult. So I thank everybody for joining tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. It just should be a very brief meeting tonight, and for anybody who is not able to sign up tonight, this video will be posted to both my page and I'll share it to all the neighborhood groups afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with just a few legislative updates from the council, stuff that I've been a part of. So right now there were two bills that I am a co-sponsor of. The first one is BL 2020-148. The main sponsor is Councilmember Emily Benedict. This one would amend the Metro Code in pertaining to contracts with private operators of detention facilities. The other one is BL 2020-149, sponsored by Councilmember Taylor. This would require landlords to provide 90 days notice before raising the rent on a property. It would not take effect until the start of the next lease, or July 1st, whichever comes first. And then there was a few resolutions I'm co-sponsoring or sponsoring. RS 2020-211 is a resolution in support of the Tennessee General Assembly to pass legislation to lower the rates and fees in relation to title lenders. RS 2020-193 was a resolution honoring Rick Schwartz, who is the CEO of the Nashville Zoo, for his 30 years of service to the zoo and to Nashville. And then I'm co-sponsoring another bill. Right now it doesn't have a number, but the main sponsor is Councilmember Zach Young. This one would request that Metro PD, Metro Fire, Davidson County Sheriff's Office, and Metro Health would provide injury on duty leave to anyone who contracts the COVID-19 virus, instead of having to use personal leave, sick leave, or administrative leave. And then I'm actually sponsoring RS 2020 Unnumbered. It is a resolution that will honor the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, which this month is April 22nd. Some more council updates. On the 26th, there will be a live budget presentation by Councilmember Mendez. If you have any questions that you would like to be answered on this call, you can email him at bob.mendez@nashville.gov. For more information, you can go to the Metro Council's website and look on the calendar for March 26. You can access it by going to the website or going to Metro Nashville News and watch it there. From District 13's perspective, we had a couple of meetings regarding development over here on Elm Hill Pike. We had a very good crowd at Whitworth Baptist Church. The property wanting to be developed is off of Elm Hill Pike near the daycare facility. The person buying the land wants to develop a small subdivision, and on my request he came. Former council member Josh Stites is wanting to buy the property and build some houses on it. He came over to the community, he met with everyone, answered questions, took feedback, and he is very open to doing something that the community can get behind. And I'm very glad that he's keeping an open mind on that. And we have spoken since, and he is going to get 2 or 3 plans drawn up showing different levels of development at base zoning, at what he wants to do, and then some kind of in the middle. And once those have been drafted, we'll have another meeting with the community, show them the different plans, have him provide some pictures of similar houses that he'd want to put on this property, and see what the community wants to do from there. Now there's another development that's already in the construction phase at the intersection of Timber Valley and Elm Hill. The subdivision is going to be called Paradise on Elm. It's 6 buildings, 2 stories, going up on this property. They've already started building. The 6th unit is already up, so they'll probably be finished by summer. This project was built under base zoning, so there was no council approval required. Everything was signed off on by planning. So right now we can just keep an eye on it, make sure that traffic is okay. If we have any concerns, whether it's traffic or street lights, you can either reach out to me or you can contact Hub Nashville at the website hub.nashville.gov or call 311. Now with that, we'll move on to the second part of tonight's meeting, just to provide some more updates. As we all know, about 3 weeks ago, there was a big tornado. It damaged most of North Nashville, East Nashville, and parts of Donaldson and Hermitage. I spent some time the weekend after it happened helping with some volunteering efforts out in the Hermitage area, helping Councilmember Syracuse and Roten as well, and providing as much information as I could for anyone who was wanting to donate, wanting to volunteer. Now there is a website Metro set up. You can go to the main Nashville.gov website, and at the top of the screen there's a yellow bar. One of them says Storm Response, and if you click on that one, it'll take you to that page. And I've got it pulled up over here, so let me pull it up real quick. So this has got some resources on it about disaster recovery, Coast Department, FEMA, Human Services, Hub Nashville. So if you have any questions or wanting to look at that in depth, you can go to that page on the Metro website. The second page I want to bring up is Metro Nashville's COVID-19 response page. You can also access it via the Metro website. It's also a bar at the very top, or you can go to asafenashville.org, ASAFENASHVILLE.org. That's got some information from the health department, from the mayor's office, and other areas. It gives you updates on the number of cases, number of recoveries in Davidson County as of today. They'll probably update it again tomorrow, so keep checking on that if you have any questions or any concerns. Now, we all know the COVID-19 is a big deal right now. We're all currently under a mandated safer at home orders from the mayor. I want to commend Mayor Cooper for his leadership through this situation right now. This is definitely a hard time for our city. First the tornadoes, now this, and having to deal with the potential economic fallout from this. So everybody send some support to the mayor for his leadership. Now, some more information about COVID-19 I want to provide tonight is some useful information. How can you be infected? The coronavirus, or COVID-19, is spread from person to person through a respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Because these droplets can travel up to 6 feet, public health experts advise that 6 feet minimum distance. The virus can also remain on surface or objects and enter the body through the mouth, nose, or eyes. That's why it's important to always wash your hands before touching your face. How long does it take for symptoms to show? It usually takes 2 to 14 days to develop symptoms after the exposure to the virus. The average is about 5 days. Now, what are some of the symptoms? Maybe fever, a dry cough, or shortness of breath. Now, your question may be, when should you seek testing? If you're exhibiting these symptoms, or you have been in close contact with someone who has tested positive, or have recently traveled to one of the high-risk areas, it suggests you should try and get tested. Now, except in the case of emergency, please call your healthcare provider before seeking treatment. Now, it's normal right now to feel anxious, and there are ways to take control of the situation and be prepared. Now, the following precautions everybody has been urging all of us to take. Wash your hands often for at least 20 seconds. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Avoid physical contact like handshakes and hugs. Stay at home if you feel sick. Avoid large crowds. And abstain from unnecessary travel. Now, I've seen a lot of questions and gotten a lot of questions about what's the difference between social distancing and being safer at home. Now, safer at home is a stricter form of social distancing, and some of the differences are: you stay at home so that you don't expose yourself or others. You only go out for essential services, doctor's appointments, getting food, whether it's grocery store or takeout. Stay 6 feet or more away from other people, and don't gather in groups. Now, it's important during this emergency that we continue to unite as a community, as we saw 3 weeks ago after the tornado. So please follow the advice of our medical experts. And if you have any questions, you can contact the Tennessee Department of Health hotline at 1-833-556-2476 or 877-857-2945. Now, these lines are staffed from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time daily. Now, and of course, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to the health department, or you can reach out to myself or anyone in the mayor's office. We'll be happy to provide any information we have. Now, with that being said, if there's anybody watching that has any questions, feel free to type them, and I can try my best to answer them, or at least reach out to people who might know and get back with you later. So I'll go ahead and leave a couple minutes. If anybody's got any questions, go ahead and type those in. All right, well, everyone, I thank you for taking some time out of your day. Like I said, this was going to be a quick little town hall. I want to just provide some information to everyone, especially right now with the city going through so much. Let's all keep standing together as we have in the past. I'll keep providing information via social media and Twitter and email as much as possible. Make sure you're paying attention, washing your hands, and stay safe out there, everybody. Good night.